Hello, you guys. This is Josh Vision, and I'm here to give you my Merlin Season 1, Episode 7 review. So, on this episode, you guys, we meet the character of Sophia. So, at first, when we see Sophia, we think basically that she's a nobleman's daughter. That the guy she's with is her father, and that they come from, I believe, Wessex, or like some type of royal family from Wessex, noble family, like I mentioned before. So Arthur is really like infatuated with her. He really likes her. But before we even gets to this point, like in the episode, Morgana has a dream of Arthur dying. Like he's basically like dead, like just sinking down into some type of lake. And this whole episode, we see how Arthur's infatuation with this with Sophia, the woman, basically is starting to affect like him doing what he usually does, and that's basically being a very noble and dutiful son, going to arrangements that his father, sort of commands him to go to. He's basically using Merlin as a way for him to get away with his responsibilities. And I believe at least 3 or 4 times Merlin is basically sent to the stock to get like fruit and like vegetables thrown at him, if I remember correctly. So Morgana basically tells Gaius that she's been having these dreams about Arthur dying. And Gaius at first is like, maybe these are just like BS dreams. You're overthinking this, but she's very like steadfast, saying, you know what, this is like I believe this is gonna happen. And usually when I do have dreams, they come true to a certain extent. Like, and Gaius would know about it. And even Gaius kind of admits this, to Merlin, that this has always been the case with Morgana since she was a little child. So at first, when Merlin hears this, he's kind of relieved at the fact there's someone like him, or at least similar enough to him, in which they have these gifts. But obviously, if Morgana's, the king, since Morgana is like the king's ward, if the king finds out that Morgana actually has these abilities, he'll consider it witchcraft and magic. And as we know beforehand, basically throughout the first 7 episodes of this series, this dude, when it comes to magic, is completely irrational. He does not give a crap. If you use magic, you're done. Hell, I even think even if Arthur used magic, he might even consider the possibility of killing Arthur. That's how much, as I said before, he despises anyone that uses magic. So Gaius decides to go into Sophia's and her father's room, and he notices this staff. The staff, to be quite honest, you remind me of some Star Trek kind of, staff. But either way, the guy that's playing Sophia's father comes in right in time, and he gets angry. And the guy notices when the dude gets angry, his eyes kind of flash red, a la kind of like a Sith Lord, which I found kind of hilarious. And he basically commands guys to leave. So while this is going on, Arthur's in the forest with Sophia, and they're really getting comfortable with each other. And she's about to say some weird spell to Arthur, which I assumed when I first saw it is supposed to put him under some type of enchantment. But I didn't know what would the purpose of the enchantment be. She's trying to kill him or just whatever, stall, whatever. So basically, while this is happening, the soldiers actually interrupted by shooting an arrow which barely misses her due to Arthur's interference. And she's kind of startled by that, actually, like noticeably. And later in the episode, she even tells, the guy who's playing her father, that she was actually really shook by it, saying that she was really scared of knowing what it would be like to die, and that if she doesn't take Arthur's heart, that her and the guy will know what it's like to die. Like, their immortality is already kind of on the fence right now. In order for them to maintain their immortality, they have to take Arthur's heart. So that's the main purpose behind why she wants to kill Arthur. So Gaius and Merlin find this plan out eventually. So Merlin's the one who's able to stop this from happening. But before we even get to that part, it should be noted that after she's able to basically mesmerize Arthur, Arthur throws a fit at court and basically tries to command his father to let him marry Sophia. That doesn't work. So Arthur, under the influence of Sophia, tries to elope and leaves Camelot, thusly leading to Merlin chasing after them and Merlin being able to kill both Sophia and her right-hand man, the guy that's playing her father, with their own little staff that I mentioned before, the one he got mad at Gaius for looking at earlier in the episode. So basically, once he kills those two, and Arthur is sinking to the lake, he's able to swim, get Arthur from the lake, and thus brings him back to Camelot. And Arthur wakes up with barely any knowledge of at least the last day before the whole, surrendering his heart kind of deal happened. So he promises Gaius, well, he kind of makes Gaius and Merlin promise not to tell anyone what happened. He's really embarrassed by the whole ideal, to be honest with you, like the whole situation. So once that's over and done with, we have Morgana come to Gaius' studies, and she's thankful to both Gaius and Merlin. She kind of looks at Merlin in a weird way, like she's really likes Merlin, as more than a friend. And Merlin kind of looks back at her too. But I think it's a combination of he probably does like her, because I feel as though Merlin likes both Gwen and Morgana as more than friends. But as we figured out in this episode, she also has the gift. She has a secret power, similar to Merlin's. Even though it's not exactly the same, it is something that makes them both special. So I think that's the reason why Merlin really looked at her a little bit, longer than usual than he has over the past few episodes. But what do you guys think? If I missed anything, write some comments down below. Adios, you guys. This is Josh Vision. Peace, bitches.